Flesner, here along with Debbie and Giordano. Easy for me to say.
That's okay.
Can I just call you Deb?
Call me Deb.
All right, Deb. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Todd. Yeah.
We're glad that folks have tuned in and
Yeah.
are joining us this afternoon. They've looked in on us at Channel 26, and we're on Monday, Wednesday, Friday evenings, and Saturday, Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. We're glad
Good.
to have you. So, you've got some folks that you get a chance to work with on a regular basis.
I do. Some very special people. This is Thyra and Nellie, and they have a company called Dazzle Home Staging.
Okay.
And they dazzle, let me tell you. They dazzle the homes. So.
Well, good. I'm going to learn something today because I hear about staging, and you guys are going to tell us what it really is and what it's about, and how you help folks sell their homes, right?
Yeah.
Terrific. Well, welcome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're delighted to have you.
Thank you.
So we usually like to start off, just get to know a little bit about our guests and who you are and your background and where you came from. So maybe each of us, Nellie and Thyra, you can maybe just give us a quick background. Where'd you come from? Did you grow up in this area? Did you grow up someplace else? And what's your education?
I was born in Hawaii and moved here when I was 8 years old and lived in Fremont. And I lived there all my life and got married, and I've been all over the Bay Area, but now in San Jose, and went to school in Fremont.
Terrific.
That's it.
So you're
Bay
kind of,
Area.
all right,
Local girl.
Local girl, right?
Yeah.
You know the neighborhoods.
Yeah, know the
Good.
back roads.
Good. Good. And Nellie.
And I was born and raised in New York, and I've been here in the Bay Area for 20 years, and I love it. And out there, I was a mom, and I'm still a mom. I raised my kids here.
Mm-hmm.
They were very young when I moved here.
Terrific.
So what is it you like best about living in the Bay Area?
I love the weather. I love seeing people in November walking around in shorts and flip-flops. And
Yeah,
I love the weather, the
yeah.
scenery, being close to the ocean.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's a lot like New York for me as well, the diversity and the restaurants and everything, the people.
Mhm.
But the weather, you can't beat the weather here. It's amazing.
Good. So now, your company that you have, you're in the staging business. Talk a little bit about the background and experience and what kind of took you into that field.
That's a good question.
Well, for me, I was a stay-at-home mom for 16 years and went through a divorce and tried to figure out, what do I love to do? Pretty much I was home for 16 years, rearranging my house all the time. I'm like, I love doing that. I love going to the neighbors' houses and doing theirs too. So I'm like, that's cute.
So the kids would come home to school in the nursery someplace else?
I switched the
What a
family
cute-
room to the living room. They're like,
They thought they were in the wrong house.
That's a cute
I
story.
figured I love doing that. I'm like, why don't I try it? So 9 years ago, I started doing it, and then I met Nellie 4.5 years ago, and
Okay.
we combined and
Okay.
did it together.
Did together? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
A lot more fun.
How about you, Nellie?
And for me,
what
I-
brought you to this place?
I was always loving to decorate as well. I was one of those people that moved the furniture around and repainted and got tired of my old stuff, so wanted all new. And I worked in offices forever in sales and admin, and when I was in banking and when the banks got sold and the downturn happened, we all lost our jobs, and I thought, what do I really love? What am I passionate about? And the decorating kept coming up, and
Okay.
I had a realtor friend who was doing foreclosures and wanted to really fix the places up, make them look decent so they
Okay.
could sell, and that's how I started.
Okay.
And then I met Thyra, and the rest is history.
History.
Yeah.
So I know what you folks do, but how about telling the audience, what exactly does your company do, and who are your typical clients?
You wanna do it?
Realtors are our typical clients. Once in a while, we'll get homeowners that'll approach us or find us on our website and ask if we could stage their homes. But typically, it's realtors that will hire us because they know the value of staging. And we'll come in and give them a quote and turn that house into a beautiful house that everybody wants to buy.
Get specific. What do you do?
So we come in and we look at the home and see what is its assets. You know, does it have a big living room? You know, what are the colors? And we just bring in accessories and furniture to just play on what's there and just make it look like it was all together and on purpose. And we bring in furniture, pictures, rugs, accessories, and we make it look like a home that everybody wants to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
So now is every home a good candidate for staging, or are there some that, maybe that's not such a great idea?
I'd say most of them are good candidates, but some people already have great things and they don't always need staging. It already looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And we
90%
come
of the
in,
time
but
they do.
Yeah, they do need the staging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but those 10%,
Yeah.
once in a while, we'll run into a house and we'll say, "Is this house staged already?"
Yeah,
Because
Wow.
they're just
there's just a
pretty
few
immaculate
things.
and pretty
Mhm.
well decorated. But
Yeah.
that's not the norm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Good. For folks that don't know, I mean, what's the real benefit of staging? I mean, you talk about making the house maybe a little bit more presentable, but what does that really translate to for someone who decides they're going to use a stager?
Well, it benefits in the purchase price because it just makes the house look better, and they'll get more offers.
Mhm.
People are more enamored with it because it looks better than an empty house.
They can
Um,
visualize.
yeah.
It's
That-
hard for people to visualize
That's
what
a good
is
point.
going to fit in the house.
Yeah.
And when they see it already set up, they already are moving in,
Mhm.
going, "Oh, we can put our sofa there." Oh,
And they
just
get
like
emotionally
that.
attached too because they feel like they can live there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I might add, Thyra, and I've watched you as you and I've worked together, you might go in and stage a bedroom as a den,
Mhm.
showing that possibility, or creating the
Another living
like you said, the
space.
ideas, because a lot of times the buyers don't see those possibilities
Right.
in the different rooms. So you
Right.
create those, and I think
Mhm.
that's a
Yeah.
great
Right.
positive aspect of your business.
Sure. I would imagine, too, that all of us live with the things that we have around us, right?
Right.
When you walk into a new home, you know what you have, and you try to, how does that fit into this space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that may be a difficult thing for people to do, right? Maybe it
Mhm.
helps them to see how maybe what they have might be able to be incorporated,
Yeah.
or, what other possibilities there might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Gives them the visual.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the particular areas you focus on? I know let's say you have a blank slate. You do a living room, dining room, maybe a show and eating area. I notice you stage the kitchens, even the bathrooms.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
why is that?
Well, we like definitely the first room you see when you walk in the door. And we just try to appeal to everybody. I mean, the women like the kitchen, the guys like the family room wherever the TV's going to go.
Right.
So we just, those are the main rooms, the kitchen, living room, and master bedroom, because
Okay.
that, draws on people. The person buying the house usually wants to see, oh, this is a pretty bedroom, this is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
how big a bed can fit in there,
Yeah.
if they can have a little seating area.
Mm-hmm. How about colors? Is that an important part of what you do? And how so?
Yeah, the colors, we play off of sometimes what colors are already there. That determines
Mhm.
what we're going to bring in, but we try to bring in the same color consistent throughout the house, so it just seems a nice flow when the buyers are walking through.
Mm-hmm.
But, if a kitchen is painted orange, we're going to play off of it and make it look like
Okay.
it's all going to fit together.
Do you recommend colored walls? What's in right now? Is the coloring in?
I think as stagers, we like the blank canvas. We like
Okay.
the walls just to be a neutral color so that
Yeah.
we can,
Other than white, I like the more neutral colors, like the taupes and the light grays.
Okay.
They give a
Okay.
little more substance, and it looks more modern.
Okay.
Mhm.
we bring in the color through all the accessories and the art. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good point. All right. What about flooring? hardwood floors versus carpeting versus, you know, other options that folks have? Is that something you address, or you just kind of go with what's there in the home?
And do you recommend a seller changing that before they go into the staging process? Would be my question to add on to Todd's.
Yeah, sometimes the budget is limited, so we work with what we've got, but we prefer to have wood flooring and tile floors in the kitchens. It just looks cleaner, it looks more modern, and it's
Yeah.
easier to decorate when you have just neutral colors. But sometimes we work with what's there, and we'll put a rug down if we need to bring some color and bring some depth.
Yeah, it definitely gives us more flexibility. If it's just wood floors, we can bring in the color through the rug and
Yeah.
make everything
Warmer and
yeah.
So I've even recommended to my clients to pull up the carpeting and then refinish those hardwood floors
Mhm.
underneath, and that's still what you would recommend also?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's
They're
a great
gonna be on a
feature.
budget. That would be something
Okay.
that'd be on the top of the list.
All right,
Mhm.
so cost-wise, the question is staging expensive? But in my view, anything that adds to the value of the home, you know, the cost analysis is minimal. And
Exactly.
I think the investment that's made in staging is a good return on that investment.
Yes.
So I guess the question, is it expensive?
Just like you said, it's expensive if you look at it as a number. Just
Yeah.
like remodeling, it's expensive if you look at it as a number. Oh, we're going to put another $20,000 into this house. But when you look at what you're going to get in your return, it's an investment in getting more back. So if you put $20,000 in, and staging is nowhere near $20,000, but I'm just saying in a remodel case, right? If you put that in, you may get $50,000 back. So you get $30,000 there that you made extra, and
And the staging always ends
it
up
pays
paying
for itself.
in the end.
Good. How about style-wise? Do you have like a distinct style that you say is yours? I mean, do you have your own stock of furnishings and fixtures and things that you bring in
Great
and move
question.
from location to location, or how does that work?
That's the way it works. Our style is just through staging throughout the years, we just found a style that appeals to more buyers than, the masses of buyers. And it's kind of more of like a kind of Pottery Barn. I don't know what you call it.
Contemporary traditional.
Yeah, it's like the new traditional.
not too
super
wild,
modern.
but
Yeah,
you-
it's not super
It's
ultra
not modern
modern.
contemporary, but it's like a new traditional
Right.
Uh-huh.
contemporary.
Yeah.
And we found that look
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's warm,
it
it's
appeals
comfortable.
to more of the buyers.
It gives people a sense of hominess.
One thing I want to point out that I think is important that I like with your company, you bring in that bedding, and the bedding matches the towels in the bathroom, and the everything just flows, and
Yes.
the scheme, when Todd talks about style, I mean,
Mhm.
that's the finishing touch, and then your accent, even your colored flowers and vases that bring in colors of the bedspread, and it's just amazing
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
watch you girls in work.
We try to keep that flow.
Yeah.
Flow, like you don't want to, the bedroom's peaceful and then they walk into the bathroom and they're like, whoa, and it's a different color and it's red and it's, and it was nice and peaceful and blue and the red. Like, try to flow it so that they walk
Todd's
in.
starting to think, maybe I ought to go home and change my habit.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go visit you on your next open house and say, look, Thyra, and
You might never want to leave.
That's right, Thyra and Nellie have been here. Hey, this is great. It feels like home. I'm gonna stay.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so I get the next question then. What are the biggest challenges that you find in the staging or in the career itself?
We have, for me, scheduling is tough
Scheduling
because
is tough.
as we've gotten busier, the flexibility is hard to move people around when the house isn't ready and they want a different date, and because it's not just us, we have our helpers, we have our delivery people, and we have to reschedule everybody.
Yeah.
And I think another challenge is when we come to a home, which never happens with you, but we come to a home and there's still people working there. It's hard to stage when there's a team of people.
Contractors, and we're all kind of
and
dodging each other.
painters trying to finish and cleaners there,
Yeah.
and that's challenging.
How about staging while the owner's still there? Isn't that a big
That's challenging.
That's a very,
Yes.
yes.
And it's an emotional thing. For them, it's emotional because it's their home being changed, and I'm sure it's not comfortable. And Thyra and I are very sensitive to that.
We
So
try
when
to
we're
be.
doing it, we're feeling the emotion that, they're trying to let go.
It's
So
their
that's
home.
challenging.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the things you like best about what you do?
The before and afters.
We love the before and after. We
Yeah.
love seeing, what it looked like when we came in and then when we walk out. And of course, both Nellie and I love just the homeowners,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
reaction when they're very happy with the
Yeah.
results.
And then knowing when our realtor tells us, we just sold the house, we got above asking. That makes
Yeah.
us so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Get
is.
excited for the
Yeah.
homeowner, for the
So
realtor.
it's a very rewarding job for
Mhm.
us.
Yeah.
Good. So did you have like a portfolio of your before and after work so that folks can really envision what it is, what difference you make?
We do on our website.
Yeah.
We
Website.
do.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about future goals and
Yeah.
aspirations, and then let's please
Yeah.
give your website. So
Terrific.
where do you want to go from here, ladies? What's your
We're definitely living the dream now, but we want to keep growing.
okay?
But we want to grow to where we can still offer that personal touch. We want to grow and do more houses.
And still stay hands-on with our clients.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe get a crew and just show up and be there and manage them and just do more homes a day and grow that way, but still be able to stay hands-on with our clients and make sure that our touch is still
We don't want to lose
There.
that part
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. And it is a touch.
I love,
Yeah.
It is a
I love
touch.
that part too.
Yeah.
Being in contact with the homeowners.
Good. You mentioned your website. People want to check you out, see the before and afters. How do they find out more about you?
That is, our website is www.dazzlestagingcompany.com. And they
Okay.
can check it out.
Yeah. They're
Terrific.
awesome. Anyway, thank
Great.
you.
Yeah, you guys have been a
you.
lot of fun today. I've learned stuff. I'm learning to go visit Deb on her next open house.
Yes, and bring a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
You're going to want to stay.
Thanks so much for being here. It's been-
Thank you very
it's been a
much for
lot of fun.
having us. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Deb.
Good luck, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
The following is a public service announcement test to determine if you need a fishing license and boat registration before you head out on the water. Let us begin. Are you a pelican? Does this look like your house? Is this your idea of fishing with friends? Do you use your feet as fishing hooks? Are you your own boat? Do you have webbed feet? No, I mean like a... That's the one. Do you want this in your favorite lake? Yuck, yike. No thanks, mister. Regardless how you answered, you need to be licensed and registered because it helps local conservation efforts protect the very natural resources you enjoy boating and fishing in for generations to come. Do your part at takemefishing.org.
Hello, everybody. You're watching Valley Homes on TV. I'm Debbie and Giordano. Hi, Todd.
Hey, Deb.
How are you?
Terrific. Having a great summer.
It's been a great summer. We've had a little time off, so I want to bring folks up to date with where we're at in the Milpitas market. But
Terrific.
before we do that, how's the interest rate scene going?
You know, the interest rate environment continues to be ultra low. All right, we're near historic lows. You know, everybody probably hears all the radio commercials that are out there. And anytime the rates dip a little bit, that's what happens, right?
Right.
And so they always get flooded with that stuff. It's a good way to kind of keep a pulse on kind of where rates are just as an informal way. But yeah, interest rates are near
Good.
lows that we've seen in the last 5 years or so.
So great time to buy.
Absolutely.
So
It keeps things affordable.
with that in mind, I had a couple articles I wanted to share.
good.
One of them is homing in on spending priorities.
Okay.
And this is a really great article on the San Jose Mercury. You know, with the economy picking up, more cash flow within families, as we've seen.
Mhm.
Now it's the time to benchmark and set those priorities for that cash flow. You don't need to go out and buy a new car. You don't need to buy new furniture or lots of clothing. But you need to focus, I think, on priorities, which is buying a home. You'd rather pay a mortgage than to pay rent in this valley.
Absolutely.
And so how do you feel about that?
Well, yeah, that's one of the things that I talk with folks about on a regular basis. You know, where's their money going, right? And when we're looking at a mortgage and what they can qualify for, the other spending priorities that they put in their life will impact what they can afford. So, you know, if they've got, you know, a garage full of new cars and, you know, a nice wardrobe that they put on the credit card, or maybe some student loans, you know, that begins to impinge upon their ability to be able to buy a home. So,
Correct.
and it can happen real quickly if you're not cognizant of that and you really don't focus on, hey, what's really the most important thing for me here?
So from your perspective as a mortgage lender, it's not too soon to get hold of you, get a game plan together, figure out how you're going to make the down payment and focus on that. So-
Absolutely. I do a lot of planning with folks, and you know, so for some people it might be, you know, planning for the next month because we're going to buy something soon, and for other people it's, hey, you're not quite ready yet because here's how your situation is going to be viewed by the bank. Here, let's put a game plan in place that's going to take you where you need to go.
Yeah.
And so it'll help to coach people so they can set those realistic objectives and be able to tick those things off one at a time.
Good,
Yeah.
good. So another article that came up, before we get to the MLS numbers real quick, 5 reasons to get pre-approved when credit is bad. And I tell you, there was, where was that, the articles on that? Hold on.
Only
just a
5 is all they came up with?
Only 5. Okay, one reason to be pre-approved. You'll have better peace of mind. Pre-approval puts you on the fast track towards securing the mortgage loan you
Right.
need, and uncertainty is stressful. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah. And when it comes to credit as well, your score and what's in your credit report will impact what you pay in terms of interest rate. It's one of the risk factors lenders will weigh. And so if you've got some dings or blemishes on your credit, it may cost you. But that's part of going back to getting started early, is we want to make sure your credit report is accurate. It's not uncommon that we'll see errors on a credit report. Some will impact your scores, others really don't impact you. But until you pull it and you really have sat down and looked at it, and there's not just one credit score, it's all 3 bureaus, because
Okay.
you have to look at all 3 bureaus, because sometimes
And they're different, aren't they?
They are, and you know, some creditors will report to just one bureau and
Right.
not the other 2.
Okay.
And if you don't do that full scan,
Wow.
you might miss something that
Interesting,
that
okay.
could be something that will cause you to stub a toe later on.
Well, the number 2 reason is that the seller will have peace of mind. And from my vantage point, from selling homes, that the seller will get to know that the buyer has been pre-approved with the proper credit rating, and it allows them, when they go into contract, to also to have that peace of mind.
Absolutely.
So how about number 3? You get a leg up on the competition with
Yeah.
multiple offers. The market is cooling down a little bit, but we still are seeing multiple offers. With a higher credit score and a better credit-worthy person, wouldn't that make them more competitive in the scheme of things?
Absolutely. I talk to listing agents on a routine basis when they are comparing competitive offers, right? And they've got my financing package in front of them, and they're comparing that and helping their seller to wade through that. I can talk to them about, why that credit score is important, or what the strength of that particular borrower is, that may help in positioning them in a way that they know that the risk factor is low in accepting that offer.
Good. And number 4, you can make a more informed buying decision. Obviously, when you know what you can qualify for.
Well, absolutely, but we talked also about how scores impact the rate that you pay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And so you know your options, and there are things you can do sometimes to manage your credit score. All right, and so when we take a look at that and get started early on that, I had someone today. We just went through some credit repair issues and raised their score 80 points.
Wow.
Yeah,
Which brings me into number 5. You took the words right out of my mouth. You can correct deficiencies quicker.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you got to know what you're doing and know what you're dealing with.
Well, you certainly do. That I'm impressed. Would you like to hear what's going on in Milpitas?
Absolutely. Just some
MLS
market
numbers. So we're looking at July.
Mhm.
July 2015, we had a average price in Milpitas of $892,000 and a median price of $827,000. Now, last month, July 2016, we have an average price of $946,000 and a median price of $912,000. Condo market, townhouse. Last year at this time, average price was $620,000. Median price was $630,000. Has now leveled off because last month, July of 2016, the average price is $635,000. Median price $600,000. So that pretty well, it might have. I think it went up and down, but that's leveled off. But we're still seeing the single-family home detached market is very, very strong.
I saw here recently, I think in the Mercury News, the average price in San Jose now for a single-family home is at the $1 million mark.
Yes, yes.
And so our numbers show that here in Milpitas as well.
Definitely reflect that. So anyway, we will check in next month and see how those numbers fluctuate and change, and go ahead and give folks contact information for you.
Terrific. You have a question I can help you out with, T. Flesner at opusadvisors.com.
And anything you want to know about the show, or we'd love to have you as a guest, contact me at giordanodj@aol.com. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for joining us.